Yazol.
Hello and welcome to Yazol Podcast, where we will bring you some of the most shocking and trending stories from out there. And now, straight out of Vancouver, Canada, the big man, Zol Kebir. Please welcome DJ Bakumba.
Yeah, thank you. DJ Bakumba in the house. Welcome, guys.
Yeah, and I am your chef on the grill, Dedi Seyi, Sultan of Small London, Zol Kebir Musuran Select. So you can see there's two of us because one person, that's Dennis Lissa on sabbatical. We wish him all the best out there and hopefully we'll link up again. So welcome. Coming up today, we have some of the juiciest stories from out there, and some of them may shock you. So always look out for such stories from here.
Yazol.
Our African proverb of the week, and it says, however much the buttocks are in a hurry, they will always remain behind. Jabat nabak deftiri gidam. So whatever happens, they'll always be behind, right? Understand Kevin Bakuma?
That one is kind of tricky one. But I think my understanding is like what is meant to be, what is meant to be ahead is always going to stay ahead, and what is meant to follow is going to be following always. So so if you're ahead, you go. If you strive to be ahead. Mm-hmm. Or if you're already designing, if your video score is already ahead, initially your followers, obviously nobody's gonna surpass you. They're gonna keep following.
Yeah.
What
is preordained is preordained, huh?
Yeah.
It could also mean like you don't need really to stress about certain things because they will always be the way they are.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Sometimes things stay the same.
Yeah. Zol can well do about caring. Sometimes it's difficult. You'll always be able to caring, right? So you figure out ways of surviving.
Survival, yeah.
Yazol.
Let's go to story tanda nimro wahid dem in Guinea. Jake Dak Soker there is into Grand P Musa Kaba. So he's been trending for a long time. Ozol Gani into Maratokan Kebir Kida. I had a kotola Ozol Tanya Soker Kida best. So they've been together with that woman for some time. I think that woman is from the Ivory Coast.
Yes.
And these guys from the Guinea. But now Grand P Ligole Bado size to is calling her my chicken wings. Gal mama, they're beautiful. Thank you, Lord.
Only go marry in that say.
I think the Bukun min Guinea. She looks like she's from their country, yeah.
She might be look as she Guinean, okay.
Yeah, because Umon Gerib. Of course, Guinea is just next door to Ivory Coast, right?
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, but Gisa to one day time come back. Ana vai no size ta jama del mamara to tani dena.
Mara de kebir al sap.
Yeah. Gibolana zikra benka kuma Bakumba ta abuta nas Dennis mamara to.
Ay mara luya de.
Yeah. Those guys were like different sizes. And by the way, ako abuta ika nindu to kaman kida.
No.
Yeah, Marato Morhum. Marade, like one day I just came from school and I went to his house. Beto can get my school tanna, so I was passing by. Sometimes I check on him.
Yeah.
And I go Maratani giant kid I've been ready for you. I was even surprised. Anagal Mama de Munusa was like is my father home? Ogala no. Yellow can bonus or rotan soma bonus Arab is that question.
Alright.
Onus Lana Tangal give the Murphy because he was supervisor of his Amanda road construction. So Fishoka. So I was very surprised. Mama de Jalen na Fibet Obu give us the buy and kida. She's really tall. I think maybe 6'7". Yeah, 5, I think 5'8", maybe 5'9". Yeah. So those things always surprise me.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah. And then for Nasal Maruf, the Grand P, Grand P, there was no musician. Nakiala condition though, he has a genetic condition that makes him not to grow. But he's already 33 years old, man. Even though he's 33, even though he looks very tiny.
Yeah.
So because of that genetic condition, he cannot grow any further. He's just going to live like that. But But as our proverb said, you take advantage of your size, you take advantage of what you have. So Grand P was able to master his to use his so-called quote unquote disability, which is not actually a disability, to his advantage. This guy is wealthy. His net worth is between 10 to 14 million US dollars. I don't know how many of us celebrities can afford to can even dream of having that kind of money.
Yeah.
so Grand P is very smart. He's socially savvy. He knows how to use the internet. He knows how to stay relevant. Like like you said, Torombara doctor at Ivorian doctor. I think he's a socialite or something. He used that kind of size difference to his advantage. He made a lot of money. Mini opada gani to open samul album wide best. Mind do gani gidi.
Sot zato vijana wanasikira.
Sot general. All bondo wide back masita agani kita. Lakini ogago lufogo. Mind do moshila.
I think Finusi no kan bada gisat ane mama Chinese most.
Bada Chinese. Ay mama Chinese de mulimu hano online gal. Tan maru karumu limu face to face. Lakini oyayo kan jadi ko Chinese tane online kita.
I mean, Gisa told it also reminds us of Nasaki and Popo, right?
I was going to say that actually.
Yeah, we used to think that they were like really children, but Jamadela you see in Yazol.
That's good part. That's good part. They even use some size to Monday to the advantage, Peter ni kama sukari wala jina Peter ni sukari kama in Nigerian movement the Sylvia she has a very tiny lady here. She's making big money. I don't know her name. I can't remember exactly, but there's quite a bit of those small people in the entertainment industry. Tenge is eating very well.
Tenge Jack Dinka la jede good amol ragap to toki da.
Ata mulimu sabu. Like it's only Maro and Zamzam brothers in Dubai, Lisa. La gamolo de. No,
I think make a beer kida fi across the continent. So they go always for those bigger guys, right? In terms of social following. Tenge is like in the millions. So
Tenge is making money. And Maro Bijuru Vinama Finas Guserin Bagara Molaja online kama.
Walai Nas Janafar fi, but Nas Janafar they always mixing up on a Zico and all that. You know the
the white the Zico community.
Janafar is the guy who was like in the group Tom on Algalde the marriage is it dowry negotiators?
Janafar I say. Hopefully one day Kamano back there the opportunity to explore the social media internet.
I think Zol the Zico and those guys, if they collaborate together, I'm always the group Tane Doctor Congo they come. There's those guys who are together. They have the short guy and the big and the big guy and then the dancing guy. So they always collaborate, and in the end, Takombako together, right?
Exactly.
So that's Grand P.
They are typical Janafara Dinde.
Ma figi satani kamana I think related to the same thing. Mushila at height. Zola Maruf kan in terms of height Serkalis was Eliaba Sururu. They used to call him a solid rock. So nas Mundukuru Fizaman Tanya Yade Mundukuru Jana Galuma Mufoti solid rock because he was one of the Anyonya leaders. I just go fi bet again if Kuris kida fi gedam bet in the village. Then Jama Mundukuru de la salu degal ita Yazol ya jana sukar talini abu kuen gal babara fi malzara nak kal kala rana do oda kal kido fatu gone
fat marija tadi
marija when he was telling us the story we were laughing because people always make fun of him. That's all we said, but he's very so size is not always
bad, advantage all the time. You can be used to make money, man.
So
it's all about brain. About the brain that you have.
And it can also go both ways. It can be small size, sometimes big size. It can as pepe kalene, right?
Pepe kare ma jenzi Goliath.
Yeah.
As I suppose mun kama tenge fi Dubai ma Zamzam brothers.
Yeah,
They made quite a bit of money, and 50,000 or 100,000. They're making money. So it goes both ways. Yeah. At the end of the day, taro kanta into bob sala into disability. Ato sala ita kan zola shien wale kef kan bob vi jole geni tamame so. Ita gi manzar gi gairo tawal, gurus gi gairo manzar.
Maya suar tajama delta zaman dia kan bi beinu mangala duso. Ya tanas John Frog. When John Frog was hustling, well nas Ali Joma, they all look kinda,
Look malnourished. Like it bob daka lo kalas.
Bob daka lo
kalas. Bob kalas gilama ya so.
Yeah.
Yazol.
Brednin kale nara fi China. Fi apparently there's a well fi China nak fi mahal isim fi jebel isim to Jihua fi China nak. So birre, like if you go and you put your head into it and you look inside, girl, you'll see the future, you'll see the past. And there's always a lineup tanas, including Mons Tomondel. Everybody wants to look in their past. I don't know, man. I don't think that's something I'll ever try. I don't want to see some monsters in that, man.
They can get zola ne kudu raza na kira ino kan junub the future the junub says sunuya kan de zola kan be jule na answer.
Yeah, hopefully can.
You should na junub zado.
Bele tamashakil de la de fi Bible, who knows, man. Mi kenena gal bukun janafara ya bukun reis. They got my name about anything. And boy can so leave the book best. Yeah. No kama garipi kan fi kor ita fi juruzana fi kor fi ita fi village na ina. As magale no swanda mtani kan gora ziru moyo ina. Gale mun basu ma ugaja. Fi ghost in bonus Yazol gale bonus zamantane. So ana maru ajire kan sia wala sunu lain gale ghost bonus malumat. Ancestors and ana maru can they be moved to one base, maybe it's an illusion, I don't know. But there was those stories that goes around. So the rivers have finance guiding fog of bonus to that. Yeah, Yazol zaman anna fi kemenak fi Koboko. Fi one of the rivers Kochi. Sometimes because the camp was just like next to the river. Sometimes I come beginning Ashiazere, and then you hear this loud sound of a lorry. Just driving, but normally can Arabia be passed in that region? It's very dark, right? There's no public electricity or anything. So Arabia nurto takungam bayo. Yala malde.
Like that nur mafi.
Ita bas ma Arabia abu kore zede lakin mafi nur mafi haja. So people used to say gala jade men kore nakia.
They say they matagari the water current don't they?
Who knows?
Different in the water level, I think.
I honestly don't know, man. Some of these supernatural things, you never know. But the China there is like a tourism thing, right? It brings a lot of people, yeah.
So let's go base machine nagi kutu ran sinak base.
Takutu taranak base ajere kutu sokerzere, just put your head into it and then you look down.
You look at the future.
Yeah, you look down, you look into the future, you look into the past,
Alright. For na people, that's what some of nas gija nang tamin gikore gata gole map zolga pina gan bekore.
My video there you'll see actually other Tanasa line up and then the number of people who are crying. Bitala min gisa because mon bada in Abu Batomon nasi Abatomon. So you now start thinking, oh man, I can see drama,
But I got it now.
Yeah. I don't know.
Beliefs China is always very strict on religion and spirituality. The Communist Party, how come it allows that kind of gathering? Usually China is very strict, and even churches you are not allowed. Even Salawat Gida openly you are not allowed to pray. They are very strict when it comes to religion.
I think very lenient to the Buddhists because they don't want to bet.
Oh, Buddhist. Okay.
Jama, because it's the monks. It's also related to like Chinese like folklore.
Folklore.
And their traditional stuff from before the Hajatomonta history.
Yeah.
So they call it the sacred well.
That's why they have all these fortune cookies, fortune tellers. It's all related to that.
Yeah. So it's part of their culture and history.
So the government is not scared.
Yeah. But Hajadel, they're really scary too sometimes, right? Because you can look into the past and then you see yourself. Itabagata Habel Kaman, what will you think? like that's me and it's me here. I don't know.
Yazol.
Let's go to our final story. Of course, this is from Uganda via the UK, where a judge in Uganda is facing some serious allegations of human trafficking and causing slavery on some person. Because Soshi Lumaram in Uganda, the lady used to work with her, I think, and then she took her to the UK, and then she apparently didn't want to pay her, and she was forcing her to continue working for her, something like that. So police case now. Ana mara of right taki shunu figisa de Bakumba.
Oh, I think it's just like for people to understand, and this Mahalata, especially developed countries, there are rules. If you rules, it's a shock. So if anybody is working, they feel minimum wage. Obviously, you have to pay somebody minimum wage. You have to have certain rights, and the person also must have certain hours. Can 8 hours job, let it be 8 hours work. Anything above that should be double pay or something like that, or there should be an arrangement for days off or something like that. There are rules. Like in Nasana and Kalas, we are so used to having those aunties and maids in the house. So people usually don't have rights over there. Maids they'll be stuck depending on where they live. Sometimes it's a very bad situation. Yamara there, I think, decided to bring that same mentality because in these countries you must not afford even to have them unless you are really rich. You cannot afford a maid in your house. So I think she took advantage of that. Obviously, she probably doesn't want to pay enough, or she cannot afford to pay because things are very expensive. So they took advantage of somebody, and it's good that the authorities was able to get her. That's also muscular human trafficking and just misusing somebody's labor is a very serious crime. Very serious crime.
And I think maybe Mara, they also didn't understand. She's a lawyer. She's a judge.
She probably
should
knows
understand the legality of things. But
I think she was just taking advantage. She's just taking advantage. She knows the law. She definitely knows the law, but she's taking advantage of this. Like where our African people, sometimes they go to the Middle East where there are no labor laws. So you arrive there, your passport is taken. You and then you are just overworked like a slave. Without any rights. So I think that's what she was thinking. She probably tried to use the same method. The girl said she was kept in the house. She can't even allowed to go anywhere. So those are the things that people are fighting against. Taking advantage of people. And poor people especially, it's not good. So Mara, then Asal can go with Tukusor can when she's deported. Hopefully she gets deported soon after her case.
well, because she's such a big judge, my UN there, I think maybe they'll wait for her contract to finish. I think Obadam in 2023, so her contract is finishing in 2026.
Okay. So, but I don't know. I don't know if she get convicted of those serious crimes. So I don't know how it's gonna come up with
because I think case Tomonde is still continuing. The trial is still going on, right?
Trial,
So maybe when they finish, Yamambaga will decide. And it's really very surprising because she's also, for human rights. Mara Taman and mistreating Mara.
It's very sad.
After
that, her record is gonna be tainted forever. Maybe she was thinking that the girl was not going to be able to report her, but people learn to know their rights when they go to those countries.
And you know, also let's be honest, there are certain things that are cultural. The maslan gisat ita bagda jibu mikin biniata uncle takio shunu bijageni meta kunfibet, and then they can take care of their children, but you also take care of her in a certain way. Those things are okay for Africa, but when it comes out here, everything is legal. Sometimes even there's legality between you and Yaltaki. You know, Jana Kangal Baba Modila na Akil. Seriously, then the police will come and like you abuse.
They can neglect. Neglect. It's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, Lena Nak you'll understand Gal Baba Umbari Mali go Gurush. So that's why we did not eat. But no, it's your responsibility.
Nas Basur Medida. Again, ita go drije ni Medida, ma de mushkila. Boko rakarot madrasa. Galem bare wala na makarna je dina. Big problem.
Yeah, we only drank porridge.
The teacher will be like, what is that?
Well, I'm not called Belila. That Belila de ba akilu be that.
At least get the good get nakul sandwich kawaja be understand. It's a douche.
Yeah.
It's up.
So culturally she should understand algal situation barao. And impunity too, because haja they can hassle maslan for Uganda na, or can mafi haja bahassel.
Mamsel bahabis. Mamsel can bahabis.
But Bahraini, she will face the full force of the law.
Definitely.
So, and that's what we are looking forward to. Algal maslan in the future, Africa will be in that position. Al Yazol Bokon ma right to maba akeluna circuit best, right?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
So ita can baranak all the time, always be on the watch out, because if you commit any public offense, Bakumba be Jelda tama. And of course this week ita konas mamino ya can bora Jelda Bakumba go.
Every weekday I go Jelda to judge the same judge that one is kalam to us there. Judge she's supposed to be upholding the rule of law. Yala break the same law. Then Nasal first they need to be fired from the bench. Yala Jelda. Next, the same way they're judging people, they also need to face that kind of justice. So this one, especially when you're a woman and you are there just to cause injustice to your own sister, to your own fellow woman, supposed to be lifting that person up. Then we don't really need them. They need to be punished so that we do a lesson to them. So no matter they do Sot, I hope Garib is going to be deported. They not do physically or bar. African justice exists.
So Yata Konasma, you had it. Who got the whip this week? Be on the watch out always so you don't get the whip. Alright, and that brings us basically to the end of this first episode for the week. We thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you all the time, every Thursday and Sunday night when we release out the new episodes. That's 8 p.m. So always be on the watch out. So don't forget also to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Yazol TV. And do follow myself, Dedi Seyi, on Facebook, and DJ Bakumba on Facebook. Find our links to the description of this video. Of course, tell a friend to tell a friend. So we tell you, thank you again. Shukran Sedit. Kanta boa channa bara nakta fi Juba wale fi Malakal wale wen. Kedo wari lenna. Kanta for Australia kaman. Wale kanta fi Bidi, fi Kem wale fi Kakuma, wale fi Shamal. Let us know where you're watching us from. And may God bless you, and may God always bless South Sudan.
Yazol.